I am not going to off myself after exposing the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein are spies for the Israeli government, Mossad.
Again! You fucking idiots!
While all of that shit is happening, all of the military bullshit, all of the protests, all of the fucking ice crap, this is the distraction, chat. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's right-hand woman, is trying to get out of prison. I don't know how many of you guys saw this news. Ghislaine Maxwell had a hearing today. It was off the record. Very strange. I feel like there's probably something going on behind the scenes, and I want to know what it is. I'm not privy to it. And almost nobody's covering this shit, chat. Ghislaine Maxwell, court papers missing from public record. Ghislaine Maxwell had a whole meeting with the feds. I promise you, before Trump leaves office, something's going to happen. And Ghislaine Maxwell is either going to die, get pardoned, or somehow get out of her fucking jail sentence. I promise you. I promise you. This bitch is a spy, chat. Ghislaine Maxwell is a fucking spy. Jeffrey Epstein was a fucking spy. Fucking Mossad agents, bro. A number of documents from Ghislaine Maxwell's recent bid to quash her 2021 sex trafficking conviction are missing from public available court documents. In a letter submitted to the U.S. District Judge Paul Engelmeyer on Tuesday, Jay Clinton, U.S. Attorney from the Southern District of New York, noted that a total of 14 pages were missing from Ghislaine Maxwell's motion to vacate, submitted on December 17th. She's gonna get out, chat. I promise you, guys. I promise you. I promise you, Ghislaine Maxwell, before Trump leaves office, is a free woman. A free fucking woman. I promise you. I promise you. He says, crooked ass country. He says, man, what the fuck is this rabbit hole? I promise you, bro. She's going to be out the door, chat. And she's going to get on a plane. She's going to go to another country like Dubai or someplace where they can't get her for anything else. And she's going to live a free woman. I promise you. 14 pages are missing from Ghislaine Maxwell's motion to vacate, submitted on December 17th. Examining the public docket shows that Maxwell's appeal omitted pages 13 through 19 and pages 27 to 33. As Clayton observed, the government has received a full version of the motion in electronic form and in a USB drive sent via FedEx, he wrote. But these papers remain absent from the public record. Newsweek has contacted the U.S. Attorney's Office and Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer via email for further comment. Why it matters. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Let's see why it matters, chat. Any missing evidence or delay Al Reader, chat. I was doing so good tonight. Any missing evidence or delayed disclosure linked to Ghislaine Maxwell and her accomplice, the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, risk fueling the already widespread cover-up claims which surround the case. The Department of Justice has come under heavy scrutiny for its handling of the case and the release of the Epstein-related documents by the congressional mandated deadline of December the 19th. Full transparency has been delayed due to what the department has blamed on the arduous process of retracting identifying information about Epstein's victims. And only a fraction of the files in his possession have so far been made available to the public. Ay, 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 chat. Ay. They claim to be redacting the Epstein victims. What about the other perpetrators? That's what I want to know. What about the other perpetrators, chat? Who are they protecting? That's what I want to know. Because they are there must be some powerful fucking people that went to that island and did some crazy Diddy shit. They took the Diddy parties to a whole new level, chat. A whole new level. Jesus Christ. And only a fraction of the files in its possession have so far been made available to the public. What to know? On December the 17th, Ghislaine Maxwell asked a federal court in New York to vacate or correct her conviction and 20-year prison sentence on sex trafficking and other charges. Given what her lawyer said was substantial new evidence coming to light and which demonstrated several constitutional violations in her trial and sentencing. The cumulative effect of these, her lawyer argued, constitutes a complete miscarriage of justice, rendering Ghislaine Maxwell's conviction invalid, unsafe, and infirm. Damn, he said it was invalid, unsafe, and infirm. She's gonna get away with it, Chad. I hate to break the news to you. I hate to break the news to you, but she's gonna get away with it. He says, you sounded like a juice. He says, not a juice. He says, Scott is not after this unhinged statement against Israel. Oh yeah, I am not gonna off myself after exposing the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein are spies for the Israeli government, Mossad. Oops, did I say that out loud, chat? The unsealing of the documents follows an order from Judge Engelmeyer directing the Justice Department to publicly release all grand jury materials related to the investigation into Maxwell in line with the terms of the Epstein File Transparency Act. This bill, signed into law on November 19th, gave the department 30 days to make publicly available all unclassified records, files, and communications and investigative materials on Epstein, with redactions permitted only to safeguard victims' identities and national security. How could it? Wait. Okay. I got a question for you guys, chat. National security? What could possibly be in the documents for Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell that would jeopardize national security? I thought you guys said he was just a pedophile. National security? What are you talking about? These people wipe their own asses, chat. They cover their asses. Because I thought Epstein was just a pervert. So they say national security. That tells me they're going to be protecting government officials. If there's any government officials in there, their names aren't going to get leaked. There's no reason. Make the whole thing public. They should only redact the victims. Forget this national security. This national security thing is a cop-out. And also, when they say they're not going to release classified material, the problem is that they can just make things classified. The Epstein Files Transparency Act, this bill signed into law on November 19th, gave the department 30 days to make publicly available all unclassified records, file communications, and investigative materials on Epstein, with redactions permitted only to safeguard victims' identities and national security, and to ensure ongoing investigations were not jeopardized by their publication. In his ruling, Engelmeyer said he would establish measures to protect victims from the disclosure of materials that would identify them or otherwise invade their privacy. And on December the 22nd, gave the government until Tuesday to make the necessary redactions. However, regarding the missing papers from the docket, the government has now requested additional time to do so in light of the volume of the exhibits. What people are saying. U.S. Attorney J. Clayton wrote in Tuesday's filings, in light of the volume of the exhibits, the government requests that it be permitted additional time to submit proposed redactions to them. The Department of Justice, in a recent post on X regarding the ongoing release of the Epstein files, wrote, "We have lawyers working around the clock to review." I'm sorry, chat. I can't take this shit serious, dude. They said they got lawyers working around the clock, chat. Those niggas ain't sleeping. They're not taking breaks. No coffee breaks, no donuts for you. We got to get this cover up locked in. This cover up cannot have any holes. These motherfuckers are working around the clock, chat. Oh man, this shit is fucking ridiculous, dude. I can't take this shit serious, chat. I'm starting to lose faith in the institutions and the US government. No cap. How deep does the cover up go? That's what I want to know. How deep does the cover up go? How deep does it go? Working around the clock to review and make the legal required redactions to protect victims and we will release the documents as soon as possible. Due to the mass volume of materials, this process may take a few more weeks. Bro, it was only like 10 pages. He says biggest PDF file cover up ever. Yo, they said it's gonna take a few weeks. How is it gonna take weeks to? It's 10 pages, my nigga. It's 10 pages. The department will continue to fully comply with federal law and President Trump's direction to release the files. What happens next? On Monday, the Justice Department said it had released around 12,000 files related to Epstein since December the 19th, but said over 2 million documents remain in various phases of review. While the commitment of department personnel to this effort has been substantial in breadth and impressive in effort, substantial work remains to be done, it added. This is crazy, dude. I just think that we're up shit's creek. Everything is unraveling, dude. If you guys haven't noticed, chat, everything is unraveling. All of the lies are unraveling. All of the lies, all of the bullshit they've been telling us for years and years and years, it's falling apart right in front of your eyes, chat. Right in front of your own fucking eyes, it's falling apart. And as a member of the public, what are you supposed to do when you see everything you've been taught, everything you've been told is a lie? At that point, who do you trust? What are you going to trust? What are you going to believe? What can you believe in? You'd be a fool to trust anything the government tells you. And the media, don't get me started about the mainstream media. The mainstream media is bought